A night of glitz and glamour as TV celebrated the best in its industry. At the Emmys, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert took home Outstanding Talk Show, with the host giving an impassioned speech that brought the audience to its feet.
Stay strong, be brave, and if the elevator tries to bring you down, go crazy and punch a higher floor.
That was just one of the great moments during last night's Emmy Awards. And joining me to talk about them all, Entertainment Tonight's Michelle Turner and Kevin Frazier joining us live. Great to see you both. How are you?
Really good. I think we should start this off since you let in with that with Dearly Beloved. We are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
Yes.
So all the people who didn't know, it's a Prince quote, y'all. It's Prince.
Educate the children.
It is.
Yes.
It is. No, we're doing really good. We haven't had much sleep, but I don't think many people in Hollywood have had much sleep after last night.
Especially the winners. And I know that Colbert crew are still out probably right now. Stephen said that on his way to the show, he was listening to Prince, and his wife said, you know what? That's a perfect way to end your speech.
Yes.
So isn't that something?
And he made it happen. I love it. There were a lot of history makers last night that I want to run through with you both, if you can. Should we start with Owen Cooper? So sweet, so young.
I know, and he was like the epitome of a teenage boy standing up on that stage. He was a little awkward. He didn't really know what to do, like rubbing his hair, doing the whole thing. Because he said to me, he was so overwhelmed by that moment of winning. And he looked out, and it was everybody that he'd ever looked up to in Hollywood sitting in front of him, and he just didn't know what to say. But he got it out. He did a great job, and he did masterful work in Adolescence. But when he came backstage, Marie, he said to me, you know, the kids at school used to tease him at first when he first did the series and say, oh, here comes the movie star. But now he's like the coolest kid on campus. And he said his big takeaway from this win is that he has to go back to school on Wednesday, packing up his backpack and going back to school.
Can you imagine walking down the hall like, okay, let me go study
I wonder if he'll bring his Emmy to like geometry class.
Right?
Sure. He's going to kill at show and tell this week, no question. I want to shout out Tramell Tillman. I mean, a huge night for him in Severance.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it was a huge night for him, and I think that his speech was one of the best speeches of the night because it was all about his mom, and you see the two embracing right there. And I think anytime someone embraces a parent, and there were a lot of parents there last night with their winning children walking around, it's magical. So I thought that speech really hit home.
And one of the things that Tramell told us backstage, Marie, was that he really did think about the men nominated before him, the black men nominated before him in that category who didn't win. Men like Ossie Davis and Andre Brower and Michael K. Williams. And he said he thought about that moment, and it was just so big for him. And he said, I may be the first, but I definitely don't want to be the last. And I also want to pay homage to those men who came before me who didn't take this home. So it was a really special night for him.
Yeah, special moment. We have just another minute left, but I have to get your take quickly on the clock running, donating to charity if people talk too long. Do we think that was a hit, or were people a little skeptical?
Well, it was a hit as long as the clock was going up.
Right.
I mean, but people in Hollywood, they can't stop talking.
Of course.
They don't care. They have to say what they have to say. This is their big moment. When the clock went down to a negative $26,000, there was a lot of concern in the building.
You know, I think in theory, it was a good idea, Marie. I'm not sure if the execution of it was the greatest, but in theory, I did like it. And at the end of the day, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America did get $350,000 from the night, so that's a good thing.
Absolutely. That's the most important thing. Michelle and Kevin, great to see you. Thank you for all your backstage scoop. We appreciate your time.